Today we're going to watercolor paint our birds. I chose the owl for no reason. What I want you to do is we're going to use analogous colors. And we talked about analogous colors before. They're colors that go together really well. So when I'm painting with analogous colors, I'm going to choose colors next to each other because they blend really nicely. So I'm getting my watercolors wet. You just have to get them activated. And I'm not going to use black or brown today. I'm going to stick with the 6 normal colors. Cool. Here we go. I'm going to do warm colors inside and cool colors outside. If you choose to do something else, that is up to you. I put 3 samples at the bottom of this page so that you can choose what you want to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do warm colors inside my owl. So I'm going to start with a little bit of red inside the ears, which in the video he talks about how it's not really an ear, which I thought was very interesting because I thought it was an ear. So I'm going to do some red inside the ears. And, oh, I got a little bit in the eye. That's okay. Then I'm going to go right into orange inside the hair. Here we go. And they will kind of blend together. And do you see how it's blending so nicely? That's because they are analogous. Now, I think I'm going to finish that red up top as well. So I'm going to go straight across. If I don't want it to blend up there, I need to wait until the orange is dry. Right now, it looks like it is going to blend together. But that's okay. We are going to just let it blend and be patient. All right, sorry, some students needed to come talk. All right, so then I'm going to go into some yellow over here, around the eyes. Looks like I'm starting to run out of yellow in my watercolor palette. You can always go into the edges. Any paint in there at all is good. So I always recommend, like, don't throw out any watercolor paints unless you are 100% empty and there is nothing in there. I'm still getting lots of good color, you can see. So, that part's going good. You see how this red was dry before I put the yellow on? And they're just kind of staying in their own spots. But over here, the red was wet when I put the orange on and they kind of blended together. So it's up to you what you want. Do you want blending or do you not want blending? So here we go. I'm going to paint a little bit of orange up here. A little bit of orange. And then I'm not going to get more paint. I'm going to get more water. And then I'm going to paint on top of it and kind of pull that paint down. And then I'm going to get more water and just kind of keep pulling that paint down. Until I get to the bottom here. And I'm making kind of a gradient effect. So I've got dark orange, and it looks kind of gray, but it's actually gonna, when it dries, it's gonna be very light. So let's do it again on the other side. I'm gonna do some dark orange, and I've got a lot of paint on my brush, and that's why it's so dark. A lot of paint, get a little bit of water. I didn't get any more paint, just more water. Okay, more water again. There we go. When that dries, it's gonna look amazing. All right, let's get some more yellow and go down here. Now, I don't know what owl's feet look like. I don't know, are they all plain yellow? I don't know, but I'm gonna teach you another technique. While that is still wet, I'm gonna touch the orange and just put some drops and kind of let it bleed around in there, and it'll blend, but it will stay also, it will stay yellow with some dots. So I'm gonna do that again over here. Yellow. Get a little bit of orange while it's still wet. Oh, this one was wetter, and you can see it looks more kind of. Now, I know I said not to use brown, but you can use brown for the branch. That's the only thing I'm gonna let you guys use brown for today. and I want to see the rest of it with warm and cool colors. All right, so I'm almost done. You can see that I've used some dots, and here the paint was dry, so when I put my dot, it just sat on top. But here my paint was wet and it really blended together. So when you're doing watercolors, pay attention to, do you want them to blend? If you want them to blend, you paint when it's wet. If you don't want them to blend, you paint when it's dry. All right, almost done. There we go.